Focus on the piste as we were having this presentation from Jason Rogers was pretty intense.
It was, yeah. She's always really up for these type of matches. She thrives on this atmosphere and this pressure. And Velikaya will have her hands full, but I think Velikaya has just got enough in the tank and enough variety of game and enough adaptability to deal with it.
Well, our referee for this first semi-final is Mehmet Al-Bakri from Egypt, and he's about to get us underway.
I think we'll be seeing a lot of that from Berder. She's very physical in the middle, very strong step lunge, very fast hand. She looked for the attack on preparation there. The French fencer, Mehmet Al-Bakri, gave attack, counter-attack for the Russian. And immediately the French fencer's gone to video. Al-Bakri kind of known as a referee that looks more towards the physical attack than the very small amount of timing. So this may be setting the tone for the fight with this decision.
On the video replay, let's have a look. 1-0 Berder. You're watching the first semi-final. The Salt Lake City Women's Sabre World Cup between Cecilia Berder of France and world number 2, Sofia Velikaya of Russia.
So Velikaya preparing to step in and watch what Berder's doing and sort of react to that. But she just did it a little bit too passively. Velikaya attacked that time. Berder went again, like the early hit, she went for the attack on prep, but this time it was into the guard first. So parry for the Russian. This time attack on preparation for the Russian fencer. I think that's a good call from the ref. Well, Berder was just holding and waiting for a reaction, and she got the reaction but didn't respond in the right way.
Berder has lost one of her video appeals on that one.
Berder on the attack, that characteristic bouncy sort of movement, just to hold the distance and then finishes quite sharply to chest. Good control of the distance in the middle 4 meters by the French fencer there. Just pulled the Russian short and riposted immediately.
Oh, she's taken a tumble there.
And rolled into Velikaya.
Both on the ground. Velikaya is the one that actually looks like she might have been more damaged in that accidental collision.
I think she's having a laugh about it, to be honest. I think they seem okay. There was more of MMA than fencing there.
It's quite popular here, I understand.
Good camaraderie between these two. They've fenced each other over many years in many medal matches and fierce rivals on the piste, but friends off the piste. Again, Berder does that good control preparation, pulls the Russian short. She's timing that very nicely, just holding long enough for the Russian to think that she can commit into the lunge and then changing the distance to make her miss.
And changing the line at the last minute as well.
Tactically good decision from Berder there. She tried to draw the attack on prep and parry it, but her execution wasn't good enough technically. That time, that was better.
That's a lovely hit there from Cecilia Berder. And Pascal Quentin is offering the referee some support. He's one of the assessors for this semi-final. He's just alerted Mehmet Al-Bakri to something.
Yeah, I think there's just a problem with one of the wires. There's a white light coming up, which indicates a poor connection somewhere. So he just pointed that out to the referee. But that hit there from Berder was clever. The previous hit, she tried exactly the same strategy, and she'd gone for the head parry, the parry 5 as they call it in the US. And then she did exactly the same preparation, drew the same action, but changed to a 4 parry, cart parry. So blocking across the body, which is a little bit lower risk because you're not pulling the blade up across the head, across the mask. And that paid dividends.
Well, it's a pretty handy start from Cecilia Berder against the world number 2, but as you said, John, she tends to get more. Velikaya gets stronger and stronger as the day goes on.
Yeah, and as matches go on, and I think Berder will be wanting to have more than a 2-hit lead going into the break. I think that would be key for her because she knows Velikaya will come out with a little bit more sharpness and variety. and a little bit more focus in the second half, and she'll want to contain that. If Velikaya comes out with a 4-hit deficit and picks 2 or 3 up, that's okay. Berder can then trade hits for a while, but if she comes out 8-7 and Velikaya pulls the lead out in the second half, it could be very difficult for the French fencer.
Well, what we've got going on here now is an equipment change. You spotted the white light, John, and it looks like the body cord, as the Americans call it, is being exchanged. There is Velikaya. Quick process these days. Pascal Cantan there getting in shot, along with Christian Bauer, the Frenchman who's in charge of the Russian Sabre program.
Christian's been there since 2008-2009 season. After Beijing, he moved over to Russia.
People rate him.
Well, he's done all right, hasn't he? Over a long period of time, he's won medals at every Olympics since, and including 2000.
With different countries?
With different countries, with France, with Italy, China and Russia, and a hat full of gold medals as well as all the others. Arguably the best sabre coach in the world, certainly statistically the most successful.
Well, if Berder can get another one here, subject to a video appeal from Velikaya on that last action, she'll come out of this first half quite happy.
I think that was Velikaya's action on the blade, but it was too low and ended up being a parry for Berder. If you beat the bottom third or lower of the blade, then it counts as a parry. You have to hit the weaker part, the middle and top of the blade. And that was a phenomenal attack.
Straight out of the blocks. It was ready, steady, go rather than on guard at vous prêt, allez.
I think she just predicted Berder's tactic to pull her short and just decided to completely cancel that out.
Well, going into the guard again, Christian Bauer is up out of his seat. He's not happy with that decision. But the truth of the matter is, Cecilia Berder is 8-5.
Too early in the middle.
We're underway in the second.
And there you go, she stepped in with a longer step, slower step. And drew Berder's attack on preparation.
So does Berder just go faster there, or?
Well, she's got 2 choices. She can really commit early and try and dominate as she has in 1 or 2 hits already, or she can actually try and make Velikaya decide first, play the game of chicken.
Well, we saw that didn't really work with that
She
long
just did
attack.
there, look, she just did there. She waited and waited and then pulled the distance, made her short.
And here's a long attack from Berder. She's strong on these, parried beautifully by Velikaya. Now it's her right of way.
And she did a little alley shuffle there as well, didn't she, Velikaya? Look at this nice control of distance.
Down the other
Strong
end of the
parry
post.
Fantastic.
What a brilliant hit that was. Both ends of the piece, both fencers using all the 14 metres. And in the end, it was Cecilia Berder on the defence that gets the hit. This has turned into a cracker, John.
It was great to see Velikaya's smile of acknowledgement of the quality of that parry as well, and Bauer as well. And a fantastic parry, but counter parry by Velikaya.
Oh, stop cut now. The variety coming out from the 29-year-old Frenchwoman is quite stunning. Can she hold on? 4 points away from one of the biggest upsets of the day, you have to say.
Well, Velikaya's looked very comfortable all day, and she just needs to up her game a little tiny bit. I don't think she needs to rush, but she needs to just be a little bit sharper and more focused when she has a priority. From the attack, right, yes, and that's given.
And Cecilia Berder questioning that to her coach, Jean-Philippe Durel, and he nodded his head and said, no, that's correct. Medha Al-Bakri got that spot on. Yeah. Slower start, though, from Velikaya.
Yeah, absolutely. She's waiting for Berder to make the decision and then trying to capitalise on that. And again, a little bit slower attack, counter-attack. Ooh, interesting. For me, that
does the arm
right.
come back that time from Velikaya?
I think Berder was just too late. I think it was just a counter-attack in the end.
Well, video appeal called, and hit stands for Cecilia Berder. She's 3 away.
Had a little look over there from Christian and shaking his head.
I think he was looking towards both of us and saying he wasn't happy about that one. And Berder now coming out on the attack. John, she's 2 away from causing an upset here for Sofia Velikaya.
The second half has been high quality from Berder. She's really upped her game, kept her focus. She knew Velikaya would come out kind of trying to make her commit and force mistakes from the French fencer. But
and
she's
variety as well, right?
yeah, she's got a great parry, great stop cut, good attack on preparation, all the hits in the book.
Oh,
and
another stop cut there from Cecilia Berder, acknowledging finger point to her coach. Maybe the coach is suggesting tactical changes at the right time here. One away from making the gold medal match here in Salt Lake City. Both do the same thing. There's only one light on the box. Cecilia Berder has done it. She's taken out Sofia